All right, welcome back. We continue. Bob Pompeani, Chris Mueller. And Chris, before we get to this other stuff, I just want to, first half, we have it in the books now. Baylor came out, shot lights out, played a stifling defense, but they had a 19-point lead, which was chiseled down to 10. I think if it gets to be a 2-possession, 3-possession game inside of 5 minutes, anything can happen. That's how Gonzaga has to look at it. But what do they have to do to get it there? Because right now they're not playing the kind of defense that I think that it takes to win a national championship.
Well, one of the things is they're just going to have to continue to find a way to deal with Baylor's ball pressure on defense, which, from what I saw in that first half, was just astonishing. The intensity with which they were playing, the fact that they weren't overcommitting while doing so. So you've got to find a way to just continue to get clean looks and make them and deal with that ball pressure. But here's the thing for Gonzaga. They're still trailing by double digits. They might do everything right the rest of the way and still lose, because that's how good Baylor has looked offensively. Baylor can put 4 shooters on the floor at any time when they go a little bit smaller, and they can carve you up. This has been a clinic, and Gonzaga is going to need to do everything right and hope Baylor starts clanking them off the rim here sooner rather than later, or this game is over.
This is the problem when you dig holes. No matter what sport you're talking about, it's hard. You exert so much pressure on yourself to get back in it. And then that'll be my little segue into golf. And I'm bringing it up only because Rory McIlroy has done that to himself. Over his last several majors dating back to 2015, I saw a stat by Justin Ray, who's very good at this, that he is 28 over par, Chris, in his opening round of majors since 2015. Everything after that is 64 under par. He works his way back, but the deficit is too much to overcome. So does he have a chance this week, and what do you think he can do in the opening round of the Masters?
Does he have a chance? Yes. Am I confident that he would get a win? No, not necessarily. I think that, the thing with Rory, by the way, is that he's closed so poorly in the final rounds, right? You said the opening rounds for Rose have been a problem.
Right.
Rory's had a really tough time at concession closing. He had a chance to win in that one, and I didn't like the way he closed in that. He shot a 71. He had 72, 76, I believe, at Bay Hill. Any of these guys that you're mentioning, you could mention Rose, you could mention Rory, who made like a foolish pursuit of distance to try to catch up with Bryson. I think they've all got a good chance. But, and some people are going to mention Jordan Spieth because it seems like he's found his game again finally and that he's healthy. He had the little bone chip in his hand. I don't know about you. This is maybe a boring pick. I look at Dustin Johnson and I say, why on earth would I pick against this guy again at a course where he can bomb it longer than just about anybody else? And if he's putting the ball, it could turn into kind of a laughable affair. It's tempting to take Bryson because he did make so many birdies and he made some eagles and he was trying to overpower the course. But I could just see multiple huge numbers in Bryson's future in this tournament.
Well, and the way he's swinging, you never know what you're going to get, and it got him into trouble the last time. You got to hit it straight there. But I also like a guy like Hideki Matsuyama, who's had experience there. He knows how to putt there. It's going to be somebody, and DJ's a good pick, except it's tough to repeat at Augusta. We'll find out. Let's go to the lines. Mark in Ambridge joins us first. What's up, Mark? How are you?
Well, thanks for taking my call. I'll be very brief. I want to change the subject. I want to make a point about Big Ben. People are down on him. I'm going to give you 2 good reasons why he's going to have a great year. All right? First of all, a friend of mine knows him, and he was playing very tentative last year. He was afraid he'd get injured again, miss time, and I think he's going to go all out this year, being his swan song thing. And number 2, with the fans coming back, I really believe this is all going to work out for him this year. And that's all I just wanted to say.
All right, Mark. Hey, listen, I give some credence to the fact that I think his arm is going to be stronger than it was coming off surgery just that quickly. I do think that. You said great year. I don't think it'd be great. I think all it has to do is be good and efficient, and then it depends on what they do after that. But in any event, they're still not going to be predicted to, with that schedule. That's the other thing, Chris. This schedule is such a big road schedule. Some of these places they're going to play, it's going to be hard for them to win a lot of games away from Heinz Field.
I mean, why do people think that if he was playing tentative last year and didn't want to get hit? And I don't know if Mark's friend is a reliable source here, but I do agree with that assessment of him. I thought he wanted to get the ball out quick because he was a little twitchy as far as getting hands put on him. Why would that change if he's a year older? I mean, normal people age and you don't like to get hit. Things hurt more. You get out of bed when you're 39 and things start to hurt more. Why would it be different for Ben? I mean, he's never been a guy like Brady or Breeze who's been maniacal about staying in shape. I expect more of the same in that department. As for the second point, the fans coming back, I'll try to take it seriously and say the only thing that it could conceivably help is the defense by making it tougher to play at Heinz Field for opposing offenses. But it's certainly not going to help Ben will himself to a better season. Sorry.
With the topic of quarterback, I want to bring up a trade today, and right now, as a result, I'll use the Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day now, and then we'll comment on this because it comes from Rick Cimini, who says this was the 11th player trade by Joe Douglas because Sam Darnold got moved today. He went to Carolina in case you missed it, which makes me wonder about Teddy Bridgewater. Anyway, those trades involve 3 former first-round picks, Darnold, Jamal Adams to Seattle, of course, and Leonard Williams in 2015. But here's the thing. These quarterbacks are moving all over the place. I knew Darnold was going to go somewhere. Some people thought here, they don't need that here.